Tonight, from Lumen Field in Seattle, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. As we'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Zach Wilson and the Dallas Cowboys.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. I'm Brandon Gaudin. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. This one, it's going to be interesting.
I've got the long johns, the socks, the boots, you name it. You know me in cold weather, we don't get along all that well. But these games are always interesting because you never know how it's going to play out. One slip, someone's going for 80 yards, and you could lose a game.
One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And what a great game that was to watch last week because he put on a show in the wild card round with 5 touchdown passes. So if you ever want to see what a hot quarterback looks like, watch that tape. Let's see if that same hot quarterback shows up in this one.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. And here's Hofrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2. But his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. To throw is Wilson. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. 36 yards. And the Cowboys are on the board first here in this division round matchup. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
He's got exactly what you're looking for. The ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
3rd and 2, now Wilson.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2, just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands, and yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
Now this one complete on the slant route, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. From midfield now, here's Wilson.
He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now Green, staying on the ground. Let's hope he's all right. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down, Jacobs. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, maybe a little bit of an... Anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Tackle made that time by Aleem McNeil.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that. Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Finding some room at midfield. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Blankenship out for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big play there on the catch and run.
Remember, on their last drive, they had that pass play for a touchdown, and here they come out firing again. This play's not quite as good in the end result, but still good enough for a quick first down.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Wilson. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On first down, Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Short throw to Disley. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Seahawks get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is down to 4. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's looked pretty good. It does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick 6 on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
And he comes back with one complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Seahawks are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Flushed out right, and smartly going into the slide there. Wilson has enough for the first. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, this is the 2nd of 4 games.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. 2nd half action back underway. To return, here's Agnew. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Throwing is Wilson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Carter with it. Pretty nice aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Another run on 2nd down with Carter. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
He'll buy some time right. Throw right side into the hands of the tight end Sample. And the Cowboys are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 31, Wilson, short throw to Disley. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the beat that, and that's what he did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson. This one brought in by Jefferson.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
To throw again is Wilson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson to the right side and complete to Jefferson. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And this is going to be incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. Rosa's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And to give this time to the tailback. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Well, they were looking to pick up the 1st down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing him all sorts of trouble.
Completes this to Jefferson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Here's Wilson. Able to connect with Jacobs. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Throwing now is Wilson. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Wilson to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 20. And the Cowboys come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And the Cowboys will advance to the next round as we say thanks for watching and so long, everybody. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Seattle.